Welcome to our World Tourism Day special on Kaleidoscope with me, Savithri Rodrigo. Today it's all about rethinking, regenerating our tourism, aligned with the World Tourism Day theme, Rethinking Tourism. Because let's face it, our product is like no other, but do we really know its value? And have we kept our product relevant? On the 27th of this month, that's Tuesday next week, Kaleidoscope, in collaboration with Cinnamon City Hotels, will be leading a discussion with some great innovative thought leaders on the way forward. Besides saying thank you to Cinnamon City Hotels who are collaborating with Kaleidoscope for World Tourism Day, we also say a big thank you to Skills for Inclusive Growth and Australian Aid, Srilanka Life, CDB and the Morning Newspaper. You are truly dream partners. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn if you like our show.
Did you know you can open a digital fixed deposit with just 5,000 rupees? Open a CDB iDeposit digital fixed deposit today. CDB, your friend.
We start off with some positive news on the tourism industry celebrating our World Tourism Day special on CDB Snapshot. Earnings from tourism shot up in the first 8 months of this year to $892.8 million from $63.5 million year on year. Apparel earnings are up over 19% this August year on year to nearly $535 million from $449 million in August last year. Sri Lanka's inflation galloped to 70.2% in August from 66.7% in July, while the World Bank ranks Sri Lanka fourth among the top 10 countries with the highest food price inflation at 91% year on year. Broadway's longest running musical, The Phantom of the Opera, is set to close after 35 years and 14,000 show-stopping performances. 2,600-year-old blocks of white cheese have been found in clay pots near the Saqqara necropolis in Egypt.
World of risks and obstacles, we are there to help you reach your goals. With 12 billion rupees worth of customer benefits in 2020 and a life insurance fund worth over 100 billion rupees. Our strength is your strength. You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Srilanka Life.
Welcome to our World Tourism Day special on Srilanka Life News Capsule. City hotels in Sri Lanka have been around for decades promoting urban tourism. In the Western province alone, there are 58 classified hotels, of which 12 are 5 stars. The total room inventory in the province is over 16,000, while Colombo officially has nearly 300 registered restaurants, according to the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority. Area Vice President Cinnamon City Hotels Kamal Munasinghe, whose experience in hospitality spans Malaysia, Switzerland, Vietnam and Sri Lanka, shed some light on the urban tourism landscape needed for Colombo. Are city hotels here ready for that brand of urban tourism, the new age traveller that we are looking at attracting?
If you look at city hotels per se in Sri Lanka, Colombo city hotels, I think we have some work to do. We've been evolving with the industry for over the many years now. If you look at the new discerning traveller, there is a huge urge for travel at the moment because of the pandemic. Urban city hotels, I think where we need to work on is the product and the destination experience. You know, we as a Colombo City Hotels, there's a lot that we can offer from the destination, and there's a lot that we offer, but that message has not been out. So this is what we need to work on, creating that experience, but also bringing that message out to the world to show that what Colombo destination has to offer for the discerning traveller. There's some areas that we need to develop or product enhancement that we need to do. In terms of food and beverage offerings, I think we have a variety of offerings, but there's not enough entertainment offerings, I think. You know, if it comes to night entertainment, I think we can do a lot more.
India is our top tourist arrivals market now, with over 80,000 arrivals since January this year, and the potential to tap into a 1 billion market is immense. However, like the rest of the world, the Indian travellers' to-do list for travel is changing. I chatted with Indian tourism and branding expert, CEO and co-founder of Brandit India, Lubaina Shirazi, tapping into her 2 decades of experience to get the pulse of the new age Indian traveller and this highly lucrative market. Welcome, Lubaina. And what is the new age Indian traveller looking for in a vacation, and does Sri Lanka have it?
So your new age travelers, that is the millennials and Gen Z, are a tad bit different from their previous generations, and they travel a bit differently. They want different things from their travel. They want their travel to be transformational. They come from a thinking of you only live once, so they want to go back with meaningful experiences. And I think Sri Lanka has all of that to offer, except for the fact that that's not how it is perceived in India. It's seen as this short weekend getaway, a budget destination. For the longest time, it used to be part of the domestic offerings of large tour operators. That by itself says a lot, right? And while it appeals across price points, which is great because it's versatile, I feel it appeals more to the lower end of the market, and there's this huge opportunity that you're really missing out on because we've got the appetite, we've got the budgets, we can do short stays, we can do long stays, and we can keep coming back again and again. So a change in the positioning is extremely important.
Given the psyche of the Indian traveller now, how should Sri Lanka position herself to be an attractive destination to them?
So Sri Lanka has some of the most outstanding experiences. It's got a very wholesome product offering. Each of these experiences need to be told through your stories and through your narrative. And a multi-pronged approach where you're targeting families, you're targeting young adults, you're targeting the celebration segment, you're targeting meetings, incentives, religion-based tourism would be a healthy strategy to adopt. And if you're looking at younger audiences, then a strong digital presence, which is one of the most cost-effective ways to reach out. Today, a very relevant and strong social media strategy and a good set of key opinion leaders and influencers who can then be your brand evangelists would be a good way to start off.
And now, let's take a look at our markets. After recent gains at the Colombo Stock Exchange, this week, the old share price index moved down by 1.69% and the average daily turnover was 4.6 billion rupees. WTI oil prices were steady at around $83 per barrel as concerns over tight supplies heading into winter eclipsed fears of a global recession. The US dollar hit a 20-year high, leading to gold prices falling further this week to $1,661 per ounce. To celebrate World Tourism Day, let's travel around the world a little, discovering some little-known sites. Italy's fairy tale-like Madonna della Corona Sanctuary is built over 2,000 feet above sea level into a vertical cliff face and appears to be suspended in midair. Stay in 2 countries at the same time. The Hotel Arbès is located both in Switzerland and France, sitting astride the Swiss-French border. And soon to be added to this ever-growing list is the underwater entertainment platform, a luxury party submarine. Up next is S4IG Let's Talk with Chalana Pereira. On our World Tourism Day special on S4IG Let's Talk, we are at Nugagama, the village in the city, a good example of how Sri Lanka's tourism product can be kept relevant in the modern day. And what better way to celebrate than to focus on the relevance of Sri Lanka's tourism product and the way forward. Our guest today is Chalana Pereira, who has worked in Europe developing lifestyle hotels and hybrid hospitality concepts for international investment funds. And to him, while Sri Lanka is truly a land like no other, are we selling it right? So welcome Chalana to S4IG Let's Talk in this very appropriate venue of Nugagama. Just to start off, how relevant is Sri Lanka's tourism product right now?
Sri Lanka's tourism product and Sri Lanka as a destination has probably never been more relevant to the world travel markets than it is today. We have really a blessing in disguise, which is a series of problems or various complex phenomena, which have been summarized this year to an economic crisis that has led to a power crisis and fuel crisis, etc. All of these are actually opportunities, and that's why as a destination, Sri Lanka is extremely relevant to show the world that we can survive on nature-based solutions, we can regenerate our destinations to live more holistically and in alignment with our own well-being and the well-being of the planet, which is the destinations that we call home.
Can you give me a quick SWOT analysis of our tourism product? What would it be?
On our strengths, we have diversity, including biodiversity as well. We have our location, which is extremely convenient for the entire world, actually. We have our non-political alignment, which is something that the industry often overlooks or doesn't speak about because we are non-aligned. Weaknesses, we have a real misunderstanding of what it means to be a tourism destination, what it means to have high-value products, high-value experiences, and our biggest weakness is our obsession with millions of arrivals and billions of dollars. Opportunities, again, I think our problems are the opportunities. The biggest opportunities being that the world is now moving to a more digital landscape. At the same time, people are looking to switch off and disconnect. Sri Lanka can offer both, right? And we have a year-round attractive climate. We've got 9 provinces which we never talk about. We talk about Sri Lanka. We've got Destination Colombo, which is completely different to Destination Sri Lanka. You know, we're trying to say we compete against Singapore, Dubai. Absolutely not the right approach. Our natural asset of the country, the natural beauty of the country, is what people are coming for. So there is a massive opportunity to use what we have with very little investment and generate tremendous economic value and socio-economic upliftment of our communities, and people like you and myself, we can have a higher quality of life here. Threats, the biggest threat to Sri Lanka tourism is Sri Lankans themselves. We are our own threat, right? In the sense that a lot of decisions are made about tourism by people who actually don't consume our tourism product. They're also made by people who don't travel the world in the ways that travelers who come to Sri Lanka travel. And that doesn't mean it's about backpacking or staying in luxury hotels, but it's about that conscious mindset. And having a sort of closed mindset and a know-it-all arrogant approach is the #1 threat to our tourism sector.
So if we are to reset and regenerate, where do we start?
I think a lot of Sri Lankans need to look inwards, regardless of where in society they are from, if it's privileged positions or less privileged. The country has faced so many problems, but we keep shoving them under the carpet over and over again. But those problems are our inherent opportunity. So let's reset our mindsets, and then we can regenerate ourselves and the very destination that we get to call home that attracts so many travelers globally. And that will require systemic change, right? That require people to think differently in the industry as to how they handle appropriately or treat or encourage their employees, how they work with suppliers, you know, moving from typical commission models to values-based partnerships, looking at our own products. We do not own our destination right now. Let's reset to regenerate Sri Lanka to be a proactive tourism destination.
So what we do is mindset change from the inside, a systemic change from the outside, and also to rethink the way we look at our tourism product. That's in a nutshell. One thing that has come into focus on World Tourism Day is that the New Age travelers' demands are very different. Their needs are very diverse, and this property, Untitled Leisure, is one of those that is catering to those demands of that New Age traveler.
2 luxury villas, almost identical, sit side by side on the Badua beach, each with 4 bedrooms setting off beautiful views of the Indian Ocean. I asked owner of Untitled Leisure, Nalin Deseram, what the concept was behind the property.
One of the biggest shift we are seeing in the villa rental industry today is the growing demand for personally managed villa rentals, which offers better amenities, personalized high quality butler service, enhanced cleaning protocols, better safety and security, and great food.
2 infinity pools, delectable cuisine and excellent service including butler service. Each villa accommodates 8 guests.
If you want to experience beyond a luxury beach villa holiday and experience the discreet and seamless service coupled with first-class on-site amenities, similar to world finest hotels, then Untitled Leisure is for you.